former Man United and West Ham midfielder Jess Lingard was pictured training with the Hammers midfielder Pablo Fornals. So we're going to put it out there to West Ham fans. Would you like to see him back? West Ham fans at the moment will be obviously over the moon with the way their club are doing, 6th in the Premier League and, of course, in the last stages of the Europa League. But injuries to key players, Paqueta, Bowen, they're out for at least a month. Kudus is away with I think it's Ghana, isn't it?
Yeah.
In AFCON. You've got Antonio still injured. I think Danny Ings is their only recognised centre forward, and he sadly suffers from injury as well. It's a big month they've got, isn't it, West Ham? A big transfer window. We've seen already Spurs bringing Timo Werner, the link to a defender as well. So Spurs are going for it. West Ham need to go for it, don't they?
Yeah, they need bodies, and I think, do you know what I mean? They're not the biggest squad. And when you look at the injuries they've got, I mean, Paqueta or Paqueta.
Which one is it?
I don't know. Paqueta. Okay. I think it's Paqueta. Him and Kudus are there, and Bowen are their 3 best players, I think. And the fact they're missing all of them, they need bodies in the box now. In the squad. In the squad,
yeah.
Jesse, when he went there the first time, 2021 season, for half a season, he was outstanding. 9 goals, 4 assists. Brought a real different mentality to that West Ham team. Then he obviously goes back to Manchester United, doesn't work out.
By the way, they finished 6th when he was there.
Then he goes back to Manchester United, doesn't work. Then on to Forest, doesn't score a goal or an assist, plays 17 games. I think, you need bodies in the box, but I'm not quite sure what Jesse Lingard you're going to be getting back. I don't think you're going to be getting the one that was motivated to do well there, that got himself back in the England squad. I'm not quite sure you're going to get that one back, but you need bodies, so you're almost caught in between. And if he's going to not cost you anything because he's out of work, then you might have to just
I liked Jesse. When he was at Man United, I liked him. He scored some big goals for us.
FA Cup final?
Yes. And I always felt, even more so actually, when I saw him at West Ham, I mentioned this earlier on about what he does off the training field as well, or off the pitch, with regards to, I hate using the word banter, but I just think that when he was at West Ham last time, it looked like it was fun to be a West Ham player. And obviously they were enjoying their football. They got up to 6th in the Premier League. That's where he helped them finish. What is that like, Benty, when you've got a player coming in with a great personality? Obviously, he's doing things on the pitch, most importantly, as he was, but also makes it fun off the pitch. Yeah,
it's massive. You need good characters, and he was a joker. Jonathan Woodgate at Tottenham's funny. Really funny. Off the pitch. Like Grissom, great defender, but off the pitch as well, so funny. Just brought a different kind of banter to training, to the point where you couldn't help but laugh. You could not help but laugh.
Do you think that money is a problem now for some players? Because he has, if he did have the option of going to West Ham, it's like, right, you can go to West Ham, you can earn, I don't know, let's say 150 grand a week, right? 100 grand, because there's no transfer fee. But you're constantly, under the microscope. You're going to be on the back page of national newspapers if you're doing stuff wrong, i.e. not scoring goals, etc. Does he want that hassle? Or when he's got options, for argument's sake, like he can go to Saudi and probably earn double that, right? Is he probably thinking, what do I need the hassle for?
But you know what, though? You're saying that... And
I don't know. I'm asking that question, right?
And with the Saudi thing, I almost feel like if that was going to happen, it would have happened already. Why has it not happened? Because it's easy that. Isn't it? It's quite easy to go over there and collect all the money, but it hasn't happened yet, which tells me, are the options there that maybe he thinks, or maybe he's not earning the money that he wants to earn over there? Because he's almost scratching around, really. And you think, for someone who's an international, played for one of the biggest clubs in the world, for him to be scratching around, you go, what's happened there? I don't think his form last season at Forest helped. But it's about playing football again. And listen, West Ham need bodies in the door. He's familiar with the training ground. He knows the manager. He knows the stadium. Why would you not do it? The only thing I would say, though, there's more temptations around this time. Because if you remember when he went to West Ham, he was in lockdown. Nothing was open. So all he could focus on...
That's an amazing point.
Do you know what I mean? All he could focus on was football, because couldn't go anywhere, COVID. He had to just concentrate on football. Saw the best of him. Now it's back to normal, back in London.
Good point. 03717223344 West Ham fans. Do you want Jesse back at your club? Carl is a West Ham fan. Hi, Carl.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Oh, we're good. Very well. How are you today?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just got back from work.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm a very boring planning analyst.
What? A planning analyst?
Yes, it sounds fancy. It's really not. Yeah.
Okay. So what does that mean? If people want planning permission for their property, you go and analyse it?
Oh, no, it's to do with food. It's in the food industry. So I plan basically like bun lines for bread and Danish pastry, and we send it out to large supermarkets.
If we give you a shout out, can you send us any free food?
I'll send you a box of pastries, no problem.
Okay, we'll give you a shout out when you do it. Happy days. Almonds for me. Go on, I'm only playing. Go on, Carl, you're a West Ham fan. Do you want Jesse Lingard back at your club or not?
No, personally, I don't. I'm quite bored of it because we've been hearing about it for the last couple of years now. But the form at Forest, he just was nowhere to be seen on a lot of money. And I think I agree with Benty. With COVID around, all he could do was concentrate on his football, and I know he had some personal issues as well. And I think he used that, not used West Ham, but I think West Ham helped him with that. And it's kind of like a holiday romance. I think we had a good 3 months with him because even at the end of his loan, he wasn't very good for us. He had a great spell for many weeks, but then he sort of tailed off.
If you could get the same Jesse Lingard back, would you take him?
Oh, if I could get the first 3 months of the loan spell back, Jesse Lingard, and we do need bodies because Bowen and Paqueta are now out for quite a while, and with Europa League coming up in March. Yeah, so if I got that Jesse back, yes, but at the moment I'm not seeing that Jesse. I'm seeing social media sitting around doing nothing, Jesse.
He went in January, right? Isn't it 3 months the whole part of the season, second half of the season?
No, it was the whole second half of the season, but for 3 months of it, he was exceptional. But towards the end of it, even we could see at West Ham, he wasn't performing at the same level.
Okay, Carl, thanks for. Why are you questioning 3 months? January, February, March. You got April, May left.
Well, no, because he went in January, February, March, April. It's like 1 month left. I thought he was outstanding the whole time he was there.
I thought he was as well.
But I mean, I get it. I mean, the Forest thing is what people are looking at because he did not do anything at Forest.
No, but he did at West Ham.
Yeah, but you talk about that's a couple of years ago.
No, I know.
And in football, when you're not playing, I promise you, that it catch up you.
Okay. West Ham is where we go at the top of the last hour, top of the sixth hour. So West Ham fans, do you want Jesse Lingard back? If the answer's no, phone me up and tell me realistically who you think you should go in for. Billy's a West Ham fan. Hi, Billy.
Hi, gents. How's it going?
We're great.
Good, mate,
you sound very happy and jovial.
I'm always happy, mate. I've just left work, so I'm bound to be happy.
What do you do for a living, Billy?
I'm a project manager, nearly as boring as the last caller.
No, but listen, they're not boring jobs, right? Project manager, I'm guessing you have fun with that?
Yeah, it's all right. You work with decent people, but yeah, it's all good.
I wish I could say the same. Go on, Billy, what would you like to say as a West Ham fan?
I was wondering why you weren't talking about Stu Fowler earlier, by the way, when you were talking about Trent and Walker, but we'll let that slide.
Okay.
Jesse Lingard, I think if you'd have asked me a week or two ago, I'd have probably said no, like most West Ham fans. But right now, I think he's low risk, and we need him given the fact we've lost so many players. And if we get him, even if we got like 60% of what we got the last time we had him on loan, then he's gonna be able to do a job for us because our bench isn't looking that great, to be fair, at the moment.
Now, again, I think, Billy, that's the most important thing is you need squad depth. And there's no denying his talent. He's a talented footballer, you'd have to say. Last season potentially didn't go as well as he would have liked at Nottingham Forest, but you never know. He might be a man on a mission, go back there, and you might see the old Jesse Lingard that was there before. Well,
this is the thing. I mean, the low risk that I'm talking about is that he's not going to be able to command a big wage. He's kind of in like the last chance saloon, really, football-wise. He's offering himself for free, like all over the place. But if he was to come to us, I think he'd be hungry, given the fact he's been in the wilderness for so long. I think it's low risk for West Ham. It'd be a good bit of business. And him and David Moyes are really tight, aren't they? We know that.
You need to bring people in this window, don't you? With where West Ham are at the moment, 6th in the Premier League. They're, 6 points off 4th place Arsenal. I'm not suggesting you're going to get top 4, but, you're in sniffing distance now. You're in the last stages of the Europa League. You have to strengthen in this window.
100%. The players that we've lost, they're the creative players as well. So we know that Lingard is a creative player when he's on form. He's the perfect person to bring in. Like, I'm not saying we need more than just one, but if he's on the table, he's going to be tail between his legs coming to us. It's a no-brainer for me.
Okay, Billy, thanks for your
Makes
call.
sense.
It does to me. Let's go to Barry as a West Ham fan. Hi, Barry.
Evening, guys. How are we doing?
We're good. How are you today?
Very, very good, thank you. I'm just listening to the call about bringing Lingard back. I have to say I'm not a big fan of that at all.
Okay, tell me why.
I think he's just become a social media personality.
Aren't they all now?
And he's not going to... Oh, yeah, I suppose that's true. But he hasn't played football for a couple of years, and he's going to have no pace. West Ham, he wouldn't even get in the midfield anyway. We need some wingers and a forward. I'm looking at players like Breuer, Chelsea, young, hungry players that want to play football. I think it'd be ideal for David Moyes, personally.
Do you know what? I get that, Barry, but I mean, Breuer, he's I think he'd be perfect for West Ham. I think Chelsea are looking to try and give him an opportunity. But at the minute, you need bodies in the building, though. And Jess Lingard, certainly, is a good player. I know if everyone was fit, he probably wouldn't be your first choice. You might not be looking at him. But the fact that Paqueta's out, Kudus is at the African Cup of Nations, do you know what I mean? Bowen's out. You just need bodies in, though. And it's a tap-in, really, because he's got no club.
That is true, but he's not going to get in midfield, so he's going to play on the wing. And he tried to play at Man United on the wing for many years, and that's when he was a great player. I don't think he's the right direction, personally. No.
Who should be coming into your club? You mentioned one. Who else should be coming in?
I like Bergwijn, the Ajax player. I don't think he was given an opportunity at Spurs. I think he's a very pacey player. That kind of, we need speed. Our midfielders, Souček and Alvarez and Ward-Prowse, good players, but not pacey players.
Yeah, very one-paced.
Totally reliant on Kudus. Yeah, exactly. We need pace up front.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.